Two bean poles from Nashville probably saved Warner Brothers Records from early ruin after they signed a then unheard of 10-year, $1 million deal in 1960. Unlike Wilder rockers, they wore stiff suits and brill-creamed, duck's ass haircuts, never moving an inch out of their stage pose. Their lower bodies inert, or as described by British rock writer Maureen Cleave, rather fragile, with an Asiatic mold of face like Puck as sculpted by Jacob Epstein, their song arrangements baroque. Some oddly disconcerted critics believed that they lacked manliness, one insisting they had an androgynous tone, strange and somewhat surreal. But that overlooked a James Deanish diffidence, contrasting the untempered flames of Elvis, Jerry Lee, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry, all of whom can be credited with unleashing rock, though in Bob Dylan's estimation the Everlys started it all. They would change with the times, but they never seemed to lose teenage angst, the kind that created the coolest breakup song ever, Kathy's Clown, vowing, "I gotta stand tall, you know a man can't crawl," to the boom-bada-boom of a strip club beat. They also, for a while, hid a secret, that they were coping with the pressures of fame in ways their fans could not have imagined, including, in Don's case, committing spousal abuse, abandoning his children, becoming alienated from his parents, being addicted to drugs and booze, trying to commit suicide, and undergoing electric shock therapy. Actually, both Everlys lived in perpetual agony, unable to stand each other, each harboring grievances. Don that he had to make room for Phil that Don was a petty tyrant. And it never really eased or ceased even in the best of times. And after Phil died in 2014, Don's last years were still so disordered that he lived out his life with an often arrested woman who, though it was little known, apparently tried to kill him, and against whom he had to file 2 orders of protection. He also sued Phil after Phil died. His own mother sued him, and the brothers' estates were suing each other after both had died. Yes, this is no ordinary story. The Everly brothers were bred by an itinerant coal miner and country singer from western Kentucky named Ike Everly and his singing wife Margaret, groomed to sing and strum in unison, reflecting the folk, blues, and hillbilly music that dated back to the 1700s. In the Appalachians, they liked to say it was a high and lonesome sound. Many singers have sought it, but few have sounded as if they were whistling down the wind quite like the Everly brothers, about whom Paul Simon said they were the most beautiful-sounding duo I ever heard, pristine and soulful. It wasn't just harmony, it was blood harmony. Growing to manhood, they lived for a time in Chicago, where they became devotees of Bo Diddley, and would put his ham-bone beat into their songs. In the 1950s, when white stiffs stole songs by great black artists by covering their songs in mayonnaise, black artists were covering Everly Brothers songs. The equation was simple. Don sang a nasal baritone, Phil a nasally fifth of an octave higher, the mesh such that it was hard to tell who was singing which part. Don handled the demanding guitar riffs. The springy intro of Wake Up Little Susie would late in life win him the Riff Award from the Musicians Hall of Fame, and their black Starburst Gibson J180 flat-top models from yesteryear, the Don Everly model having been played at one time or another by a legion of top guitar men, including Paul McCartney, Jimmy Page, and Keith Richards, went on display at the New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Because of those harmonies and steel strings, we got the Beach Boys, the Mamas and the Papas, Simon and Garfunkel, the Eagles, the whole future of rock. During their prime, Their songs were mainly composed by the
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.